Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape. Welcome to a brand new video for you all today. So I know I haven't uploaded a video in quite some time, and I do apologize for that. Honestly, I just haven't really been active lately. Haven't really been live streaming that much either, just a couple days a week. What happened was I did 30 hours of Rune Dragons, and then after that I did Addy Dragons, which I actually did for 30 hours, and I scrapped that video because a lot of the clips got corrupted. So I decided that I wanted to attempt that video again. So after my couple weeks off, I came back, and that is the first thing that I did. So that's what you're seeing here. This is 30 hours of Addy Dragons, and at the end of this video I did end up with exactly 1,000 kills. I didn't quite get to 1,000 bones, but that's just because sometimes the other drops I pick up instead of the bones. And while I was doing this video, of course, I was on my Iron Man account. I think I was working on Slayer alongside working on getting some anglerfish, just AFK fishing. And since I got a bigger monitor IRL, I also started playing on 2 other accounts at the same time. They're not really doing much. This one is my secondary main. I've had this account since I started corping a long time ago, and that was just going for 99 magic from splashing. Started it like 4 weeks ago at 70, and now it's at 86, I think. So pretty good. And this account is currently cutting magic trees. At the time it was just splashing. But anyways, getting back on topic, let's talk a little bit about Addy Dragons and what to expect when killing them, and also what they drop. So they're very similar to Rune Dragons as it goes for their drop table, especially their rare drop table. So both of the dragons drop dragon limbs, and those are used for the dragon crossbow, and I think they're currently 7 mil. And of the making of the Rune Dragon video, I did get a pair in the very beginning of that video, and actually in the making of this video the same exact thing happened. So that was pretty cool. And the drop rate of the dragon limbs is 1 in 1,000, and as it goes for the visage, which both of them drop as well, it's 1 in 9,000. So I did not manage to get a visage. I'll just kind of spoil that throughout this video or the Rune Dragon video, so that was kind of unfortunate. And as it goes for their most valuable drop, Addy Dragons do drop a dragon metal slice, which is used to make the dragon kite shield. And obviously dragon kite shield's not that popular, you know, you don't really see a lot of people with it, so it's not that good for Fashionscape either. Like, I feel like that's why people don't really buy it that much, but there's really not that many in the game. So of the making of this video, which was about 2.5 weeks ago, I think the street value was about 85 mil, and I just checked the OS Buddy price guide, and as of like 2.5 weeks later, it's currently about 44 mil. So I guess they're just going down in time, which just makes sense because more of them are going to come into the game. So yeah, Dragon Plate Body is the rare that you get from Rune Dragons, and that's the most valuable. I believe it's 20 mil at this current day, and obviously during the 30 hour of killing Rune Dragons, I didn't receive that either. So I guess with Addy Dragons, I was really hoping to get the kite shield, because had that happen alongside the hourly rate that you get just for killing them, alongside the RNG chance to get the limbs and the visage, you can really make a lot of money hourly over a long period of time, which I feel like making a long-term goal of killing such things like revenants and dragons such as Rune and Addy is definitely a better idea than killing something like wyverns, because there's more rares on the rare drop table on these monsters rather than dragons, because dragons tend to only drop visages, but these new dragons in this new content, you're starting to see more drops on the rare drop table, which is definitely nice. And I would say that's a big reason why I wanted to kill Addy and Rune Dragons for 30 hours apiece, just to see if I could get the rare that they offer, because I did do 30 hours of Myth Dragons about 2 years ago, and I never did manage to get the Dragon Full Helm. So I don't know, I think it'd be an interesting series one day to maybe do a Road to Dragon set, you know, from scratch, and just kill each dragon to get each dragon piece. I mean, it definitely makes for a lot of profit, because either way you're going to get a lot of bones and you're going to get a lot of alkables. And I don't know, one day they might nerf Myth Dragons and, you know, boost the drops on them as well, but I'm not too sure. I mean, they have so many dragons in this game that, you know, I've killed already, and the fact that there's just so many more that I haven't even killed yet, it's pretty crazy. Probably explains why a visage is close to 7 mil right now, but who knows. Anyway, so getting back to the actual Addy Dragons, talking about their attack style, they do have one attack that is very annoying, as you can see there. It is a poison splat that when directed at you, it basically covers 2 squares next to you with the poison, and if you're using an antidote, you're not going to take much damage. As you can see, you'll take about 7 to 6 damage, but if you're not using an antidote, you can take up to 20 to 25 damage, and you can essentially get, I think, damage 75 and under just a couple seconds if you're not paying attention. So I do recommend you use an anti-fire and an antidote. Super combat's obviously recommended, but not required. I mean, you can use super strength and super attack if you're trying to save money. I do recommend super defense as well, because they do attack with 3 styles: melee, mage, and range. So it's all important basically to deflect each style of damage. And also, a side note, there was an update recently that made it so that Rune and Addy Dragons cannot drop superior dragon bones anymore, and that was making them a little bit more profitable every hour. But I gotta say, based on my calculations and just prior experience, I don't think that it was that significant of a nerf. I think that maybe at the most it was maybe like an 80 to 100k an hour difference. So I really wouldn't stress that. But with all that being said, I think we are getting close to the price check. As you can see from the very start to finish of this video, we did manage to kill exactly 1,000 Addy dragons. I figured 1,000 would be a good reference point to see just how much you can average per kill and how much you can expect per hour. Of course, you know, decreasing supplies, which is just potions and monkfish or sharks depending on whatever you're using. And as it goes for the gear, I would definitely recommend full bandos and a DFS with a Hasta or a Nezi or fighter hat. Serpentine helm works well, but yeah, you can pretty much use whatever gear you decide to. I was just on a budget, so I was using Torag's top, Varrock's skirt, and a DFS. But yeah, I definitely recommend a Hasta. I did hear that Twisted Bow works as well, but I don't really think a Twisted Bow is necessary here, especially considering, you know, they have fire breath, and you might as well just use DFS if that's the case. So yeah, overall 1,000 kills, and unfortunately, guys, we did not receive the Dragon Kite Shield, but we did receive quite a bit of loot instead. And of course, we did get that one limb drop, so it was pretty nice to see that, especially very early on. And this was a whole gamble, you know, knowing that something could be worth 90 mil if you pick it up just from a 30-hour grind. You could potentially make 3 mil an hour at that point. So I was really excited for the gamble, and unfortunately, it did not pay off this time. Anyway, let's get into the price check. We are currently just bringing everything out, and we will see how much we made. So minus maybe about 1.5 mil to 2 mil in supplies. Let's see, the overall loot is just about 19.2 mil. Now that does not include the dragon limbs, so we are going to go sell those and add that onto the price check as well. So I would say rounding down to just about, I would say honestly about 18 mil. You really don't use that much money in supplies here, so I would say just about 1.2 mil in monkfish and potions. And with the current price of dragon limbs of the making of this video, I think they sold for 7.5 mil, which made that number 19 go all the way up to 26.7. Obviously minusing supplies, you're looking at about 25 to 26 mil profit and 30 hours of killing Addy dragons. So unfortunately, we did not get that dragon kite shield, guys, but fear not. Next video is definitely going to be a shock to a lot of you guys as it goes for the bank value, so I can't wait for you guys to see that. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, Mr. No Sleep out.